Oh, we have a hollow rare Trevenant Halloween edition. Great card. Let's see. No, can't offer them anything for that. Japanese, I don't know why we accepted that. Arcanine fired. Hi, how are you doing? No, just excuse me there. I was going through some previously purchased Pokemon cards that we had. How can I help you today? Oh, all right. So you brought in a piece of your old collection. Perfect. Now, do you happen to have an idea of how much your collection's worth, or are you wanting us to give you an estimate and make an offer? All right, that's not a problem. We can look through what you've brought and give you our best idea of what we could pay. Of course, at a Pokemon shop like this, we do need to make a bit of profit that is on the cards that we do buy. So we will not be able to give you top market value, but I think we can still be fairly competitive. So I will set these cards aside. Do you have loose cards with you? Is it a bindered collection, graded cards? What are we looking at today? All right, a little bit of both. Okay, so if you do have loose cards first, let's go through those. So I see you have a loose shoebox full of cards there, and a binder. So I'm assuming you have more of your valuable cards in the binder. We'll leave that to last. Is your shoebox yet? Do you care if I did? Thanks. So, okay. So we have a nice shoebox here. Classic way of storing cards for those old attic collections. Now, where did you happen to find this collection? Is it something that you've had under your bed, in the closet, attic, basement? Really? Your mother's basement. Excellent. A very typical spot for old collections to be found. Not a problem. So we will go through these. Now, are these mostly common cards, uncommon? Do you know? Okay, could be a bit of anything. All right. When's the last time you looked through this collection yourself? It's been, okay, over 10 years. Wow. All right. Well, there's no telling what we can find then. So we'll go through this first. I will try to sort these the best I can, on the fly, and then give you, the best estimate I can on a price. So bear with me and we'll kind of go through this together. All right. So we do have a few things. We've got some old sleeves here. These won't be worth anything. Do you care if I just remove? Perfect. All right. So we look to have a few old sleeves. I see you've purchased singles in the past. Looks like, what do we have here? This, I think, is a playmat. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if this is one that would be vintage or worth anything. So these were mostly packaged with old starter decks or theme decks and were used to, of course, play the card game. Alright, so it looks like we have a nice Call of Legends, I believe, player mat. This is Retort. So yes, this was a theme deck, but it looks to be in decent shape and is old enough to be considered semi vintage, so I think that's something we could make an offer on. I'll set that to the side for now. Right, it looks like the majority of these are in fact single cards, so I will go ahead and just grab a stack here and take a look through. So what I'll do is I will sort these from common, uncommon, and rare, and then hollow rare, if we find any hollow rares in here. So the common, of course, will be if there is a circle at the bottom of the card, bottom right corner. The uncommon will be designated by a diamond, and the rare will be designated by a star. So let's go ahead and I'm going to set this to the side, and we will sort through. So we have, looks like, a mix of different sets. I see a lot of base set there. Of course, I am putting the common here, the uncommon here, and rares there. So we have a lot of vintage sets. We have some base set. We have some jungle sets. There's a Team Rocket. So a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to which sets we are looking at, but they seem to be mostly vintage sets. Did you collect a lot when you were younger, or do you still collect now? Did you purchase most of these cards yourself, or are these maybe family members that you've found and decided to cash in on a bit? Okay, so these are your personal cards, right? And here are some newer cards here, a bit newer. Okay, so it's the first stack. We will grab another handful here and get to work. There are some Neo cards in here as well. We got a fossil. I'm a big fan of the Neo set. Okay, we have a slaved Togetic. We have some energies, of course. The energies will usually be worth a lot less than our other cards, but for now I'll put them with their rarity, and will most likely just offer you a bulk price based on rarity and just kind of pay you for the whole stack, if that's okay with you. So we'll go ahead. I've got a lot of energies there. So I'm going to actually just set these energies off to the side, since the older energies are not actually designated or separated by rarity. Okay, but I will go ahead and mix the trainers in there with those. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. So we do have quite a large stack of commons building up, but that's perfectly okay. Oh, we have our first rare, and it is actually a Japanese trainer card. Broken Field, or Broken Stadium, I believe is what it's called. So that is pretty cool there. I see you have a mix of Japanese cards in here. Well, that's a nice Rockets, Team Rocket Dragonair there. Very cool card. So we are kind of seeing some other sets mixed in here. We were mostly seeing the original sets, but now we are seeing some Neo sets in here and even some newer sets as well. Okay, so here are some energies. And we have a energy removal. There's a newer card there, and that is a uncommon. Okay, looks like we've got some more commons. We have some gym sets there. That is very cool. So Sudowoodo. I always forget that Sudowoodo is a common card, which is kind of strange for such a specialty Pokemon in the games that doesn't evolve to be designated as a common card. It's kind of a shame if you ask me. There's a nice Haunter. Okay, I'm going to actually get this set of common kind of moved out of the way and reset that stack. That way we make room for additional cards, because it looks like we do have a fair bit of cards left. And of course, a lot of these cards are varying quite a bit in quality, but like I said, we will most likely just offer you a bulk price and then kind of just sort through that quality of the cards a little bit later. Saves us both some time and gets you on your way with some money a bit quicker. And yes, we have our second rare card, and it is a Darkness Energy from the Neo set. Japanese again. Japanese cards here in the United States are also just not as valuable as their English counterparts. So if, of course, you are selling these by themselves, then they won't draw as much. This is not a Pokemon card. This is a Ray Allen rookie card. I can't offer you anything for that. So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, we've got another newer card there. So we are building up a decent stack of the uncommons, which is good for you because it will increase what we are able to offer. That's a nice Neo Destiny light Vaporeon there when they had the very cool light and dark cards. Very rare, very expensive to collect. So let's go ahead. We got another energy there. We got another energy card over there. Horsey, I got that. Okay, a couple Hoppets. Jaywets would love that. Okay, Kingler. We've got a lot of the starter cards in there, which are not really worth much more, but just, of course, people tend to like collecting those based on the Kanto starters. There's another sleeve I'm going to get rid of there for you. Alright, we have the good old Pokedex. Almost put that in the wrong category there. You do have a lot of the Team Rocket cards, which that is a nice set, fairly rare. There's another Neo. Sorry, I don't think that goes there. It is a rare. It's funny that all three of our rare cards that we've found for you so far are either trainers or energy cards. So it's a little interesting. Okay, we've got a Berry, Pokemon March, several of those. Hoot Hoot. Seems as though we are hitting a streak there of the Neo cards. Sorry, put that in the wrong stack. Alright, moving right along, and we are getting to the kind of bottom of the box here. Don't mind me if I just sort these a bit. Perfect. Alright, we have a Diglett, a nice Butterfree. It's funny how Metapod and Caterpie are both a common card, which is quite odd. Poor Dunsparce. Always common, never a holo. I almost put that Snubble in the wrong stack. And we've got more Japanese cards, a newer Supporter, and a Quagsire there. Oh, we have a holo rare Trevenant Halloween edition. Great card. Alright, we have our first holo rare, so allow me to create an additional stack there. Ah, well, this is quite nice. We have a non-holo rare fossil Moltres. That's a nice card. Of course, we will put all of your rare cards. If we, of course, do agree on a price, we will properly take care of those and not just put them in a shoebox. You really should not just throw rare cards in a shoebox because things like this can happen and damage occurs. We will take much better care of those cards than that. A bit disappointed to see a fossil Moltres in a shoebox full of cards, but we've seen stranger come in the front doors of our shop here. Like I said, we will get that card rehabilitated for you and get it taken care of in the proper way. Alright, like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and start new stacks of your commons and uncommons. Have a receipt there. I don't think that's going to be any use to us. And alright, now we've got one of our final stacks here. We have a common Neo series set of cards. A wonderful Totodile there. Strange, always strange to see an Arcanine as a common card when a Rapidash is a uncommon. That Kadabra has seen better days there. That's why we don't want to run the risk of placing these cards in a shoebox if they are worth some money. And of course, here at the TCG store, we do value any vintage card and think they should all be taken care of and preserved as long as possible. Of course, they don't make any more or any of these anymore, so you should take care of them and make sure that they don't get destroyed, become extinct. That would be very unfortunate. And now I know one person that I could blame if that did happen. Of course, I'm only joking, but nonetheless, just a lot of energies there. And we have a Japanese Piloswine and a Japanese rare Magby. Not as good as the English, or I guess not as valuable as the English version there, but still a good card. Alright, we have our final stack, and we have a hollow Pikachu coin. Did you know that was in there? Would you like it to be included in the estimate? Perfect, okay. Alright, so your empty box I'll place right back there with you. Oh, there was one more card, this Pumpkaboo Halloween edition, and it is a common. Alright, so you do have some different cards here. These actually are the Pokemon the First Movie tie-in cards. As you can see, the powerful Mew and Mewtwo there featured. We have a nice little description of the scene there on the back. These actually are quite rare, so I'll set those to the side by themselves. And back to business, we have a common energy search there. We have a couple more. Okay, we have a uncommon SP energy. We have a Butterfree uncommon, Kadabra, Recycle, Haunter. We have a Hoppip once again. Jaywitz would love that. Alright. Dark Vaporeon, very nice card. Okay. Oddish, very damaged Sandshrew. We have a Gust of Wind. Okay, there's that Rockets, or I guess Dark Jolteon, Japanese this time. And a Japanese Grand Bull, Japanese Slugma, Japanese Macargo. Energy. What is this? So we have a small, clear sleeve of cards here. Let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, we actually have some decent cards in here. We do have a non-hollow, rare, Dark Machamp. Very cool card, and in pretty good condition. Most likely because it was kept in a sleeve and not just loose in the box, but still not a proper way to take care of your card there. Let's go ahead and see what this other card was. See if I can find out how you got that in there. Ah, there it is. Wow. Okay, so we have a very heavily damaged Licky hollow rare. So this is why you don't want to just throw your cards anywhere that you please, because things like this can occur. So you still do have a very cool hollow foil, but just not very well taken care of, and definitely ruins the price a bit, but we will place it with your rare hollows nonetheless. Alright, so we have a Japanese Geodude, Japanese Pikachu, traditional base set 2 Pikachu, Cyndaquil. We have a Togepi, Krabby, Satu, okay, Swinub, Grand Bull, Fanfy, Clefairy, Grand Bull, Miltank. Miltank, of course, should have been a hollow foil rare for this set. I'm very disappointed that they created a uncommon of such a iconic Pokemon of the time. With a card flip game, who would ever play something like that? And we have a Stantler, Snubble, Natu, card flip game again, Zatu, Poliwhirl. Ah, a hollow foil Nidoran male tops cards. Talk about hard to collect. These can be quite expensive. They have a little blurb, information about the Pokemon. These were created by the Topps card company, and these were strictly collectible cards. That is very nice, and I will set those with the movie tie-in cards as specialty collector's cards. This is nice, a textured Pikachu's Vacation hollow foil Topps card as well. This was the tie-in mini movie before the Pokemon the First movie. As you can see, it has a little description of the scene there. This is a nice card. Should be much more taken care of than this. Alright, we have a few more Mewtwo Strikes Back tie-in scenes. Of course, the heartbreaking scene where the Pokemon fight their clones, and the menacing Mewtwo there, as you can see. Very cool with the scene description on the back. Okay, alright, and we have a holofoil Digimon card. Once again, I don't think we can offer anything for you with a Pokemon bulk price, but keep that in mind. We might revisit your Digimon cards if you want to bring them in by themselves. Very strange that we had a holofoil Nidoran card, but the Nido Queen is non-holo, but still a very nice and surprisingly in good condition Topps card. That is very nice. And we have Nidorana. Very nice. These cards are quite the sight to behold. Very cool to collect, and like I said, hard to find, very hard to find at times. We have a Zubat of the same type of card. And we have a Charmeleon. You did have quite the stack in here. Alright. These might fetch the highest price of anything you've brought in. We have, it says TV3 Misty. I'm not sure what this, oh, this is a Topps card. So we have a Misty on the front with a Pokeball, and then Misty looks like sunbathing aboard the deck of the St. Anne. Okay, very cool card. We have another movie scene. This is where Mewtwo uses the custom Pokeballs to capture Pokemon who are already owned by a trainer. As you can see, Ash is not happy about that. Okay, oh, that is very nice. We have a Holo Poliwrath. Such a cool Pokemon. That is a great card. Might be the most expensive card you've brought in so far. That is very nice. A Clefairy. Great card. I am glad that we found these at the bottom of the box here. Okay. Another holo. We have a holo Arcanine. Now we're getting somewhere. That is great. Do you have any more of these Topps cards anywhere? Do you know? Okay. We have a holo Nidorino. Perfect. And we have a, looks to be a Poke Trivia cutout paper card. I don't know how this has managed, again, this is from Mewtwo Strikes Back. I don't know how this has managed to last this long. This is a Mew. I will put this with the rare non-holos. I'm not sure. Well, actually, let's put these with that. I'm not sure how that managed to last that long in a shoebox, but I'm glad it did. And the last couple cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these separated. We have our rare holos, our non-holo rares. We have our 2 uncommon stacks and our 3 common stacks. So, all right, let's see what you have. Okay, before we offer you a price, let's go ahead and take a look at that binder there. Okay, we have a nice old classic Pokemon first generation, gotta catch them all, zip up binder with a nice handle. Are you willing to sell the binder as well? Because we can always sell this separately. Perfect. These binders can often fetch quite a high price. They are very cool collector's items, and people really enjoy that vintage sound and the iconic feeling of keeping your cards in such a classic binder. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this unzipped. So, looks like we have a few hollows right on the front. We have some rare roserades, a reverse hollow Arbok. This looks to be a kind of random mix of cards here. Uncommons and commons. I'm going to just leave these in the binder itself. Ah, we have a non-hollow rare Gardevoir, Alakazam, Mr. Mime, Driftbloom, reverse hollow, reverse hollow Jinx, Swalot, Hypno, Dunsparce, our friend, non-hollow, or reverse hollow, I'm sorry. Okay, then we have some trainer cards. Lots of trainer cards here. A lot of these are from the Diamond and Pearl era. Seems. We have some specialty energies there. Nothing too wild. And we have a Power Keepers pre-release Hollow Vigoroth. It's very cool. Ah, we have a nice Hollow Lucario here and a reverse Hollow Probopass. Golem, reverse hollow Larvitar and Pupitar. Ooh, we have a common base set 2 Squirtle, Pidgey. Oh, that's very nice. We have a hollow Jumpluff from the Neo Genesis set, a non-hollow rare Donphan here, and a couple uncommons, and a couple more uncommons, and a common Staryu there. Alright, so here's what I think I can do. We have that binder there. I think I can offer you, go ahead and offer you, more of the lower end sums of cash value for your cards, but someone like you looks smart, sounds even smarter, and looks to carry themselves in just a kind of manner that tells me they know what they're doing. So I'm going to offer you something that I don't offer most of our clients here, only the ones who look like they're really on top of things and have it all figured out. So here's my offer, and please don't spread this around or tell anyone else that this offer exists, because we wouldn't be in business very long. But for you, I think I'm willing. I'm willing to offer you, get this, store credit for all of the items here. And not just some store credit, but I can't believe I'm going to do this. $100 of store credit. Now, of course, you can use that store credit on anything in the store. $100 worth. So you could very well leave here today with $100 worth of items and never have to even shop around, go home and wonder what you're going to spend it on. And of course, that would include your 3 stacks of common cards, your 2 stacks of uncommons, your 2 hollow rares, very heavily damaged, your non-hollow rares, and of course your tops cards. Now, I said those were very rare. They are, but only to the most extreme collectors. For most people, they're not going to buy those, so don't worry too much about them. Of course, that includes the playmat and the binder and all of its contents. Once again, okay, well, if you're going to make me, if you're going to put the pressure on me, I'll do this. $150 of store credit for everything here. Now that, I can't go any higher than that. I would definitely lose my job. So, please don't think about it too long before anyone else sees. What do you say? Sounds good. Perfect. Okay. Well, all you have to do is go to the front desk there, tell them that I've sent you 150 store credit. They'll look back this way. I'll give them the thumbs up, and they'll allow you to leave here with $150 worth of merchandise. So I think you've made a very wise decision, and well, I couldn't be happier for you, because I think you're going to get some fine items, and I don't even mind taking the massive loss as a store. I would love to help fellow collectors like you out. Perfect. No, you don't have to thank me. It's just what I do. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for bringing in this perfect bounty of cards, and please do enjoy browsing our store, and don't hesitate to ask if you need any help with anything. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.